All right, here we go. It is meteorologist Ben Peine here for Ben at 10 on this Tuesday, May the 13th. Hope you're having a good morning. There was one little tiny shower, just a little guy passing through early this morning. You may notice the streets a little bit damp in a few spots in New Albany and into other parts of Floyd County this morning. But I think it's going to be this afternoon when we're going to have a better chance of some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. So we're going to take a close look at that, and we'll have some kind of mainly nighttime storm chances a little bit later this week and a summer-like feel. Thursday, we might actually have the warmest temperatures so far this year. So as always, around here in the Ohio Valley, in Kentucky, and in southern Indiana, we have plenty of weather to talk about. So thanks for joining us here, whether it's on my Facebook page, Meteorologist Ben Peine, Extol Weather on Facebook, and Extol Media. Like and subscribe, and you can find our live program there every day as well, extolmag.com/weather too. So thanks for popping in here. I am Meteorologist Ben Peine. There is still some confusion with the spelling of my last name. It is Peine. So again, thanks for popping in. We'll take a look at your comments here in just a moment as well. Just want to give some shout outs to some of our partners, Lions Roofing. And let me bring up a page here and we can take a look at their page. So you can just go to lionsroofingco.com. So lionsroofingco.com. In Louisville, 502-689-0338, or in Indiana, 812-294-3595. We've also got you linked up with Lions Roofing on our webpage. That is extolmag, extolmag.com/weather. You just click on their image, their logo, and it'll take you right to this site right there. So appreciate Lions Roofing and the partnership with them. I might pop in Brad Weddington tomorrow. He is also a partner, Wednesdays with Weddington. Every couple of weeks we'll be doing a long form conversation to help you out with things around the home. Also, Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg. If you go to ivytech.edu. This is going to take you to a page where you can just go to locations right here. You can see me doing this right now. You go to Sellersburg, and that will take you to their landing page where you can learn all about their campus, the academic programs offered to classes in Sellersburg, partnerships, special programs, campus news and events, student resources, maps, tours, all different information. You can contact them right there. There's also a link where you can head and learn more about Tuesdays at the Tech. Today is Tuesday, May the 13th after all. And what is Tuesdays at the Tech? It's a special event hosted in person at Ivy Tech locations around the state to help new, current, and prospective students make their way through enrollment process by applying to Ivy Tech and navigating financial aid. That is what our family is doing right now with my daughter, who's heading to college this fall, but has already picked up over 30 Ivy Tech credits to help her speed things along as she makes her move into post-high school education. So whatever you need to help get you over the finish line here at Ivy Tech, the goal is to make sure you are supported at every step of your iTech journey. So Tuesdays at the Tech, you get in-person assistance, getting started there at Ivy Tech, registering for classes, career development, paying for college. So if you're not excited in this point in life, whatever it might be, they will meet you there, help you get to that next step. Classes, they've got every 8 weeks. June 6th, I believe, is the summer courses, and you can register now. Again, that is Ivy Tech, ivytech.edu. So check them out as well. So thank you to Ivy Tech this morning as well. Let me bring back up our radar and satellite this morning. And another shout out to NWSB. So we've been talking about this this month. They are benefiting Project Recovery with any of your plastic bag donations, paper bags, tote bags, backpacks, duffel bags, lunch bags, all the bags around your house. If you're doing that spring cleaning, when we get these storms every once in a while, you're inside, maybe just think about that, grab some of those bags, and you can go to any NWSB location and drop those off. So thanks again to NWSB. Let me pop in a couple comments here as we also are going to take a live look outside and look at the current radar and satellite, and then we're going to look at the future radar with a couple different weather models. They're going to say this: hit or miss pop-up storms for this afternoon. As we get that daytime heating, the atmosphere will become a little bit unstable, and there's almost no wind in the atmosphere. So if you do get caught under one of these downpours, it might just kind of sit there and just dump for a little while. So locally heavy rain is going to be possible. Now, with the nature of this being hit or miss, means that not everybody, like yesterday, will get the rain necessarily. Unlike yesterday when we had most of the rain in the morning and then a drier afternoon, kind of the opposite this time around, mostly dry this morning, better chance of rain. I would say 2 until 8 p.m. the best chance for some of these pop-ups for today. We've got a good morning here from Dorothy McDaniel. Good morning to you. Thanks for watching. Beverly, you got beat out this time. Usually Beverly Haggis is the first one to pop in from Borden, Indiana. Vicky Berger coming in third from Salem, Indiana. So thank you guys for tuning in to our Ben at 10 this morning. So as we, again, pop up a live look outdoors, you can see the mostly cloudy sky. We're seeing a few peaks of sunshine through there as well, though. There's a live view here as we are live at the corner of Market and Vincennes in uptown New Albany, Indiana right now. All right, bringing up the radar and satellite, and we're going to dig into the forecast details here as we go along. I just thought this was kind of an interesting map to get started with. Let me bring up the telestration on the right map here. And so you have this upper level low. You see me drawing right there. That's keeping our weather just a bit unsettled. And then so we'll just do an L right there. And then and squeezed in the middle between that low is a high pressure. So high pressure is sinking air and gives clear skies over the central United States. And then we've got a little low sandwiched in between here. Now that's providing a few showers over the Rockies. And then this is a sprawling area of high pressure, a Pacific high, and that is giving clear skies over the Pacific Ocean. And then you've got a high, typically you get in the summertime, you get a Bermuda high out over the Atlantic Ocean. And so you've got high, low, high, low, high, high, it clears out, low, clouds, showers, high in the middle, clear sky, low over our area, the Ohio Valley in the northeast, showers and clouds, and then high back off to the east. So high is kind of happy weather, and low is often lousy weather. So that's the setup as we look at the broad view from outer space. But as we close in a lot closer here, isn't technology wonderful? I'll go ahead and go full screen here as well so I can get my face out of the way. So you can see the low pressure still spinning over our region. And so there's a motion that goes like this. And then on the other side of this low pressure system, it's like this. So the general upper level low pressure system is still in the vicinity of our area and still giving us some showers occasionally, some intervals of some wet weather. Right now, though, mostly dry. We did have this little shower pass through over the last hour and a half or so. You can see it move through New Albany, moved into Sellersburg, and then fizzled out basically over the Borden Valley. And that was just one little guy that we had around the area. Most of the light rain is over the bluegrass in eastern, northeastern Kentucky right now. Later today, though, as we heat things up, again, the air will become a bit unstable. We'll have a little bit of energy moving our direction. In fact, we can kind of see this. Let me see if my telestration is still on. So notice this little band right here. And I think as that moves our direction, that wave is going to interact with the moist and unstable air. And we're going to start to see the development of some pop-up showers and thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon hours. I would say the most widespread rain is going to be likely, again, around 2 until 6 p.m. Today. So definitely have the rain gear ready. I bought a $1.50 poncho at the dollar store on my way to my son's ball game. Thankfully, it was all dry as we headed up to Orleans, Indiana yesterday. And a shout out to Peggy Sipes watching from Middletown. Thanks for tuning in there. And Beverly says, I'm having a rough week since Friday. My niece passed away. Very sorry to hear that. Suddenly she graduated high school. I'm very sorry to hear that, Beverly. Prayers to you and your family. And we have Jeanette Pierce. Good morning, Ben, from Grayson County, Kentucky. So Grayson County, it looks like you got some clouds overhead right now, but are currently dry. If I were to guess of any trend later today, and we'll see this with the models, perhaps a little more coverage of the showers and thunderstorms over Indiana, areas along and north of I-64, maybe a little bit drier south of 64. Don't hold me to it, because these are kind of random pop-ups later today. So just all of us have that umbrella ready to go. And Lillian Lansley, thanks for watching here. Have a great day to you. All right, and we were speaking of sponsorships a little bit earlier, and I just want to bring this up as I bring that out. So let me bring this up full screen, then we're going to start to move into your forecast here for you as well. If you do want to partner up, you want to become an advertising partner, easy to do. Just contact me, Ben at extolmagazine.com, Jason at extolmag.com. We've been averaging over 2 million viewers per month over the last 90 days. Of course, we've had a lot to talk about, and we thank you so much for your viewership. We are here because you are here, so thank you for your support. As we get into that forecast here, I just want to remind you that the cicadas will be popping up in some counties, especially along the river and into Kentucky. If you see any of the cicadas, you start to hear them, let me know. I'm just kind of curious about it. It's the light green, it's the brood XIV. Should be happening here over the next couple of months. 78 degrees, that forecast high today, so it is going to be warm, a bit humid. Locally heavy rain if you get caught under a downpour today. South wind at around 5 miles per hour. I would say overall the chance of rain today for a particular area would be about 40% chance. Our sunset is at 8:45 p.m. Medium levels of grass and weed pollen. Sometimes the rain can hold it down a little bit, and then it should pop up to high levels Thursdays. We're going to be reaching possibly the upper 80s on Thursday, perhaps the warmest we've had so far this year. The warmest we've had officially at the climate site, at the official reporting site at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport, Standerford Field, is 86. We had 86 2 days in a row, the last 2 days of April. 84 is the warmest this month, and I'm forecasting some upper 80 potential for Thursday. So maybe that'll be the warmest we've had so far this year. Typically, we hit our first 90 right around May 31st, June 1st timeframe. So back to that forecast for you. Our play ball forecast, 78, that high. Again, you're going to have a little bit cooler conditions if you have some rain nearby, but generally in the 70s, a very light wind, only at around 5 miles per hour. Throughout the column, the depth of the atmosphere, there is not much wind out there. And again, a chance of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Bless you, Jason. Got a sneeze over here. A lot of sneezing going on, especially from me. I think I'm getting a little bit better with the sinuses today. But if I have to take a Kleenex break, I'll try not to make it too messy for you. Yeah, there's a cough. All right. We have Angela Epperson. Good morning. Have a great day. Got the umbrella and the sunshine, smiley face. And that's kind of the forecast. Occasionally you might have some sunshine. Occasionally you might have that pop-up shower or thunderstorm. So we're getting close to those 9 p.m. sunsets. Here's that forecast for tonight. A low of 63 degrees, so it will stay mild. Can't rule out an isolated shower, but generally after sunset, we lose that daytime heating. We're going to lose the energy for some of those showers that do develop this afternoon. Might see a little patchy fog from all the moisture that we have in the ground as well, and very light winds overnight. And if you have any clearing, then that would promote that potential of some fog. Our sunrise at 6:32 tomorrow morning. Here's a look at tomorrow's forecast. We'll introduce Big Happy. It's time for our first sip of our second coffee of the day. So cheers to you this morning. And back to that forecast. Tomorrow's forecast, Wednesday, May the 14th. So looking mostly dry. We're on the western flank of the upper level low pressure system. So if there is a shower, that 20%, it looks like that better chance would be northeast, up around Madison, Indiana. I think most of your day tomorrow will be dry. We're looking at a high of 81 degrees, so a few above our normal high of 77, and sun up at 6:32 and setting at 8:46. Here is that all-important 7-day forecast. So again, just a 20% chance of that shower tomorrow. And there are those chances of some storms Thursday, Friday, but it looks like mostly in the evening time. So right now, so far, it looks like most of our daytimes are going to be dry tomorrow through the weekend. The timing of the storm, the best timing right now, with all the data we're looking at, the European weather model, the GFS weather model, the NAM weather model, showing an evening storm chance Thursday, a night storm chance Friday, but a lot of the daytime dry. Hope that's the case. We can get some things done outside. 87, the forecast going right now for Thursday. That's your southern Indiana high. There could be some spots, some downtown urban areas, downtown Louisville, that might touch near 90 degrees. So that'll be a warm day for us with a south wind Thursday at around 10 to 15. And then 86 Friday before a chance of some night storms. Some of those storms could be on the strong side because of how warm things are around the area. Love the community support, by the way, in the comments there for Beverly, if you're following along there. And then looking dry so far, upper 70s, low 80s for this weekend. And hopefully that stays the same exact way. It'll be nice to have 2 back-to-back weekends dry. And then the model's calling for maybe a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms early next week with highs around 80 degrees. I'm going to need to fix that low temperature Tuesday night. It is not going to be 623 degrees. I can promise you that. It will probably be around 63 degrees, not 623 degrees. That's my early morning sinus medication little mistake there. Who else caught that? 623 degrees for Tuesday night. Okay, let's get to a look at the radar and satellite once again, and we're going to get into the weather model data to help you plan out your Tuesday afternoon. So let me remove that, add this, and here's a look at mainly dry conditions across the area. We've got Lillian popping in with 67 degrees at your house. So yeah, mild start across the area to this Tuesday. Almost kind of an early summertime kind of start to the day. And let's go to our future radar, which is right up there. And we'll do a little compare and contrast as we often do here at 1017, just getting into the weather model data. This is the NAM 3 kilometer. This is the reflectivity, which is future radar. And let me back this up to basically right now and see how it's picking up on things happening across the area. It does have a shower that's not really there. It's picking up on some activity that's not there right now. So a little aggressive for the early morning period on this model. Let's take this to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Doesn't seem like a bad representation of what could be happening later on today. There you can see a spotty pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Super slow movers too. Again, there's just not, our wind today is probably going to be around 5 miles per hour. And if you took a hot air balloon up top of the atmosphere, there's just not much wind up there. If you notice, so you look at the clouds, they're very slow moving as well. This is at 4 o'clock today. Here is 5 p.m. So totally random pop-ups. And that's at 6 o'clock. So it looks like some gardens are going to get some fresh rain once again. And just kind of randomly placed showers and a few thunderstorms. Severe weather not expected today, though, by the way. These are just kind of garden variety. A few claps of thunder. Some brief locally heavy rainfall. We've got Angela saying cloudy and 69 in Louisville right now. So yeah, it is a warm start to the day. And this is at 9 p.m. this evening. The trend will be as we get towards after sunset, we'll see a lot of this activity starting to diminish as we lose that heat of the day. I'm going to pop this model forward to this time tomorrow morning. This would be on your May the 14th Wednesday. And I just want to pop this on just to show you that it's been showing just a small chance of an isolated shower, mainly to the northeast. of New Albany. Now, it's not going to be northeast of you. If you're up around maybe North Vernon or Madison, you've got a small chance of that isolated shower tomorrow, but the bulk of the rain is starting to move off towards the east coast as we are on the very western edge of this stubborn upper level low pressure system. And there's a common phrase in the meteorological world that says, cut off low, weatherman's woe. And the reason why that is, the weather models don't handle it very well. They're notoriously difficult to forecast. It's not like a front that just moves on through. You time it out. When's the rain going to begin? When's it going to end? It's in and out. Not the case with an upper level low pressure system that just sits and gives you periodic showers and some thunderstorms. Beverly popping in with the parade for the Borden Strawberry Festival this Saturday. Yeah, and please pop in with your community events whenever you want. What's happening? Is there a festival that's happening? A county fair? Whatever it might be, feel free to pop in with what's happening in your neck of the woods. All right, so that was the NAM 3 kilometer. Let me go ahead and pop in this is the HRRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh Weather Model, and I'm going to actually not do the 48-hour. I'm going to pop in the model right now. And actually, it is handling the initialization, what's happening right now, better, a little bit better than the NAM 3 kilometer. So this is at 10 o'clock. Doesn't have much rain across the area. Here's 11. Here's noon today. Most of the showers staying off to the east through lunchtime. And this is at 1 p.m. So we're starting, as we heat things up in the afternoon, that's when we start to see that bubbling effect of the air becomes more buoyant, wants to pop up. And so you're going to see those clouds grow a little bit taller and taller later this afternoon. And buoyancy is kind of like if you held a beach ball underwater, you let it go and it shoots up. So you got this parcel of air that warms up at the surface, and then it gets a little kick and then pops up. And then you have a cumulonimbus cloud or a thunderstorm or a downpour. That's kind of the nature of how it works. So there you go. There's 4 p.m. showing the pop-up showers and thunderstorms across the area. There will be space between, not a total washout there for today. And there you can see the random nature of it. Every hour, it just kind of pops up these little pop-ups in different spots here. And then there is a look at 6 p.m. today, and then at 7 o'clock, and then the trend will likely be for this to diminish as we get past sunset. And these slow movers, I would not be surprised if we get, a little storm. It might only be neighborhood wide or maybe a portion of a suburb. And it doesn't have much wind to push it along. It just kind of has to rain itself out. But that happens. You could pick up an inch of rainfall in that sucker. But if you're a neighborhood over, you might be looking at that pop-up storm and not getting much rain at all. Again, that's kind of the nature of these pop-ups out there for today. And we've got JK's. Good morning, Ben. We had a heavy shower for about 10 minutes near Iroquois Park in Louisville, just enough to water the flowers, but no flooding or anything like that. Yeah, so things are to the point there that these are going to be fairly isolated in nature, but just kind of scattered about here and there throughout this afternoon. Putting up the live radar, because these things can kind of pop up out of nowhere sometimes. Like there is like a little pop-up here out just northwest of Jasper, Indiana, but not much out there at the moment. So most areas are currently dry at the moment. Just taking a peek along, you can see that live radar sweep right there. And I know I'm going to have to blow my nose here in a second. I know it's coming. Stay tuned. And cough every time. Every time I laugh, I've got a cough. All right, let me bring up, before we get to the long-range weather model data, I want to go look at some current stuff too. And that means we're going to bring up our extolmag.com/weather. Lots of resources here. My son, who is not impressed by anything, was even impressed by this site. He goes, I didn't know you had the severe weather outlooks and all the watches and the storm reports. So there's lots of stuff here, lots of resources you can check out here across the area. Like to check out if you're just heading out. So of course there's lots of traffic apps that you can check out. But you can take a look at all the different cameras across the area. So all you do is click on it, and then there you can see the live streams that pop up. There you can see the cloudy conditions. There's 265 by Grantline Road. Things are moving along just fine there. Just looking at some other cameras across the area. Just a little bit of dampness on the Lewis and Clark Bridge, the East End Bridge there. Pretty quiet overall. I don't know, I just like to pop around these cameras. Looking at the cut through there on 64, when you go from Louisville up into the knobs there. It's kind of cool because when you go up that slope, it almost feels like you get closer to the cloud, those low clouds that are out there. All right, moving along here to the interactive radar. There you can see those temperatures matching up with your temperatures that you guys were giving me, Lillian and Angela, 67 and 69 degrees. That's what we have, around 69 and now 70 downtown Louisville right now. You got a couple showers off to the east there in Owen County, north of Georgetown, Kentucky, but not much happening across our area so far. So we've got a break in the rain. Here's your full scale map. This really steady rain from this upper level low pressure system is off to our east, now moving over into Pennsylvania, Maryland, and we're just kind of on the western fringe of it. And there's a look at, oh, look at that. Still wintertime up in Canada. Single digits and teens. How about that? We're doing a lot better. A lot better here locally. All right, let me get out of there. All right, that's what's happening there. And as we take a look outside, there you can see broken clouds. We're seeing a little peak of sunshine here and there. And thankfully, when the temperatures are warm enough, the roads can dry out pretty quickly. And the tennis courts as well. My daughter actually got in her tennis match last night after the morning rain. So things can actually efficiently dry out when you get these warmer temperatures across the area. And my stepmom, Diana Peine, popping in here. Hope you're feeling better. Getting a little bit better day by day. Really enjoyed watching Brady's game last night. Yeah, he had a good one last night. Got to play shortstop, second base, and pitcher. We've got Jason Storm just hopped on. What are the thoughts for Litchfield this weekend? What's happening in Litchfield? Is that Nolan River Lake action? Because I see a boat in your picture there, Jason Storm. This weekend, here, let me pop it on here for you. There you go. Just for you, Jason Storm. I've got us dry, upper 70s, low 80s. So we're looking pretty good there. I think we're in good shape. It looks like some storms Friday night. They should get out here by Saturday morning. The European weather model and the GFS weather model have the storms Friday night, but exiting the area before sunrise Saturday should leave us mainly dry for the weekend. So I'm hoping that'll lock in. That would be 2 weekends in a row of nice weather. So just for you, we're hoping it stays like that. Feel free to direct the show. If you want to see something, if you're just popping in, you need something right away, easy for me to click around and pop up whatever you need. And we've got a couple good mornings here as we're now up to 10:29 from John Fox. Good morning. And we've got Sue Shively tuning in this morning. Good morning to you as well. So thanks for the comments, suggestions, and again, feel free to guide us along here on Ben at 10. Popping up again, extolmag.com/weather. There you can see our live stream is happening right now. There's the 7-day that you can pop up full screen. And I did pop up the weather story for today. If you tune in If you missed the show, thank you for watching the replay later today or tonight, but you can also see the maps that I've posted with the futurecast data, the future model data, and a lot of that about what we're talking about. That is a look at some of the model data there. Thursday night and Friday night, the nighttime storm chances that we have coming our way. Some of those could be on the strong side. We'll look at that with the weather model data here in just a moment as well. And then some more of those maps for today's forecast tonight, play ball forecast, allergy outlook, and the 7-day forecast. So trying to hook you up with all of the weather information that I think would be helpful to you to help plan out your day. And you know I always like to look at the Falls of the Ohio Foundation.org camera. Looks like the river levels are pretty normal there on the Ohio River, just low clouds with some peaks of sun for most locations across the area right now. It's pretty buggy out there. I saw a little bug flying around. It feels like it's been the buggiest spring ever. I need to get a hold of Dr. Pepin at Cross Creek House Call and get the tick medication finally. Popping in the birds real quick. Bird report had a few new birds on the Merlin app this morning. It is peak migration season. The radar will actually pick these up at nighttime as clutter on the radar because there's just millions of birds flying around from treetop to treetop or possibly flying even higher. I'm not a total bird expert, but I had the eastern phoebe, the blue-gray gnat catcher, the Carolina wren, the wood thrush. The wood thrush has an amazing song as well. So this was 543 estimated million birds in flight. Look at that flow of birds cruising across the United States. Some of them, their breeding grounds are here, but a lot of them heading up into Canada. So cooling off in the summertime, heading up to the north. So that is your bird nerd report for today. All right, let's get back to the weather model datas. And I think I'm on the right thing right here. So here, we'll just pop this up. We're going to go to the GFS weather model, and we're going to kick this ahead to Thursday. That would be May the 15th. And so let me just bring this down. I'm going to go to 11 o'clock Thursday morning, and I need to turn off the radar view here. So this is 11 a.m. Thursday. So just get your mind right, where we're at, what are we doing? We're at 11 a.m. Thursday, May the 15th. Going into the afternoon, notice it's mostly dry across the area. South wind, some sunshine. We're talking mid to upper 80s. It might feel like around 90 degrees. A little bit of humidity in the atmosphere. Totally summer-like kind of day Thursday. And you would think that's kind of a ripe atmosphere too. Think warm and moist. You think fuel for thunderstorms. And we've got Jane Spainhour tuning in. Good morning to you. Thank you, Jane, for popping in here this morning. John Fox says the pool's open. It's going to start warming up here Thursday, especially. All right, so as we get deeper into our Thursday, this is 8 p.m. Thursday, and then notice that chance of some storms firing up late Thursday. That there is Thursday at 11 p.m. Now, these look kind of blobby because this is not the high resolution weather model data. This is the longer range version. This is the GFS weather model. And there you can see some of that activity across the area into the late night hours. As I match this up, this would be day 3. So today's day 1, day 2 is Wednesday, day 3 would be the convective outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Let me go ahead and clear the weather model data. So for now, notice the Storm Prediction Center has our area under level 1 and 2 of a severe weather risk. That would be for some isolated damaging winds, maybe some hail, heavy rain, lightning, and thunder. So Kentucky under level 1 and then Indiana under level 2. There is definitely not a lot of confidence in this. How far south will that strong storm threat go is a big question mark. Just a heads up, Thursday evening right now is when we think the next chance of a strong thunderstorm would be. Today, a downpour, a rumble of thunder, garden variety, not expecting severe weather. In fact, as I bring up the day 1 severe weather outlook for today, we are not under a risk of severe weather. That light green is just again, garden variety thunderstorm chance. Marcelin Wilson, thank you. Thank you for watching here this morning. Thank you for letting us know where you're watching from too. We love to see the representation across southern Indiana and Kentucky as we are broadcasting live from Extol Media Studios in New Albany, Indiana, celebrating southern Indiana and beyond. All right, so let's go to day 4 for the severe weather outlook risk. And it does have us hatched out in a chance of some strong to severe storms, and I think that is going to be Friday night. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to bring back the weather model data, and we're going to look at the GFS, higher resolution version of the GFS. We're going to pop on the reflectivity, and we're going to take this into Friday. So we looked at Thursday evening, the 15th, chance of storms there. We're going to jump ahead to the 16th. I'll start this off at 11 o'clock in the morning, Friday. It does show a little activity there. Not sure we'll actually see that during the daytime. Notice a lot of the area dry here in the day. This is 2 p.m. Friday. And excuse me, here it goes. I tried to hold it off. Oh, isn't that delicious? I apologize. There we go. All right, we're gonna have to wipe this down afterward. All right, it's productive this morning. Marcelin is in French Lick. Thanks for watching there in French Lick. And Vicky says, your weather models are so much better to check out our weather and birds, etc. Thanks for tuning in here. I'm trying to make this as informative as possible, and feel free, please, guide me along. If you're thinking I'm taking too much of a tangent this way, let me know you want to see the 7-day forecast or whatever you would like to look at. We can do different things here. Okay, this is 5 p.m. Friday. Here's Big Happy. 8 p.m. Friday. All right, so check that out. And we'll go to 11 p.m. Friday. So that's kind of another heads up here for Friday. Do you have Friday night plans? We'll see if this develops, but if it does, that could be a big thunderstorm across the area, a big complex of storms possibly. So again, you're looking at mid to upper 80s in the daytime, warm, moist air. You've got the fuel for thunderstorms. And it's the potential of some severe storms, maybe Thursday evening, maybe Friday night as well. So the good part about that timing, I'm now at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. That activity is moving off to the east. It is not a cutoff upper level low pressure system. It is not sitting around. This is 11 a.m. Saturday. This is 2 p.m. Saturday, still dry across the region. This is 5 p.m. Saturday, the 17th. Still dry. So it's got us on a all dry Saturday. Now we go into Sunday morning on the 18th, dry. It's keeping the activity off to our south, dry there at 11 a.m. This is 2 p.m. now, Sunday, the 18th. And what are your weekend plans? What's going on? Any events happening in your city, your county, your town? Let us know. We can pop it on here. This is 5 p.m. on Sunday, still looking mainly dry across the area. Showers off to the south. So we might luck out this weekend. And then this is heading into Monday the 19th. Might dodge it, might not. We'll just kind of wait and see. The forecast highly subject to change once you're this far out. But still a bit of an active weather pattern. But again, hopefully we're going to be timing this out with mostly evening, nighttime events Thursday and Friday as far as those storms. Let me bring up the CAPE, the convective available potential energy, the most unstable CAPE. It's very pretty. You don't necessarily want it, but take a look at that spatial view of the CAPE. We're going to go to Thursday afternoon. And Thursday, again, is the 15th. So we'll go 5 p.m. Thursday. We're starting out here, outer space. And then let me zoom in. So this is, think kind of soupy atmosphere. As we zoom into our region, take a look at that. That is kind of a bullseye of unstable air. I need it to be on this. So that is very high, very, very high. That is very buoyant, unstable air. Instability is the fuel for thunderstorms. And then it looks like you've got, let me take that off here. I want to clear it off. But very high levels of unstable air. Then you've got a kicker here, a disturbance moving into that to pop up that very unstable air. So you've got, so my point here, fuel for thunderstorms, it is very high. So that's why I got to watch out Thursday evening for the potential of some strong to severe storms. That is at 5 p.m. Thursday. What about Friday? I also have us in the mid 80s there. So Friday is going to be the 16th. And this is definitely your weather nerd portion of Ben at 10. So this is, we need to go into the afternoon. Here's 2 p.m. Friday. Here is 5 p.m. Friday. Notice we're talking evening, nighttime chance. So here is 8 p.m. Friday. Remember Thursday, explosive atmosphere. And Friday, quite a bit of energy, joules per kilogram. The energy to do force per kilogram, that is a charged up atmosphere ready to go. So we've got a lot of energy. Again, you're bubbling up, you're pooling up that warm, moist air. If it kicks up, and then you just got this feed of energy to produce strong to severe thunderstorms. So watching out for Thursday evening, Friday evening at this point in time. All right, let me clear that all off. That's probably some of the juiciest atmosphere that we've had so far this year as far as the CAPE, the convective available potential energy. All right, we've made it through the weather model data there. Giving you a heads up on those storm chances later this week. Barbara Brownfield, please be dry Saturday. My entire family is coming in to celebrate my 80th birthday. Happy 80th, Barbara. Yeah, and it looks like my gift to you, I hope it stays that way. It is dry right now for Saturday as the storm should move through by before Saturday morning. Beverly Haggis giving you a happy birthday to Barbara, and John Fox popping in with that love the community support here in the comments with a happy birthday, Mrs. Brownfield, and Vicky. Happy birthday to Barbara as well. Lots of happy birthdays to Barbara. Happy 80th for this weekend. And again, hopefully we can give you that gift of some dry weather. All right, we made it this far. We've been taking a live look outside at some cloudy conditions across the area. We had a little shower pass through a little bit earlier this morning. Very isolated little guy moved through New Albany and parts of Floyd County, up around Georgetown and the Knobs. And it's already, the pavement's already dried out from that. Now we're pretty quiet. We should be mainly dry up through midday today, through lunchtime. Once we start to heat things up, we'll start to see a few of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. And we'll look at that forecast, and we'll get things wrapped up here on our Tuesday, May the 13th, Ben at 10. All right, so let me go ahead and back this up to today's forecast here for you. And there we go. Here's today's forecast. 78 degrees. It's going to be a warm one out there. A little bit on the humid side. Pop-up downpours. Locally heavy rain going to be possible. Barbara, you're the best. Thank you. South wind at 5. Very light winds today. Sluggish atmosphere, meaning if you do get a pop-up storm, it might not be moving much. So then you get just a heavy bout of rain for a little while. We're medium to high with our grass and tree pollen across the area. Once we get those plants to stop, flowering and spreading that pollen here, and the leaves are all grown out, the grass has grown, then the pollination stops as we get towards I'd say the beginning of summertime, or even before that, the pollen levels will go down for a large portion of the summer. We're not pollinating much. And then late summer, fall is when the weed pollen kicks in, and that's ragweed season. So we should be at peak levels and then start sliding down as we head into June as far as the pollen levels. Beverly Hagist has a bridal shower Sunday for her daughter. It looks like we're in good shape weather-wise Sunday right now. It still looks mainly dry across the area. Should be in good shape. That play ball forecast, just doing our best to dodge some of these pop-up downpours. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s initially, and likely as we head towards sunset, dropping into the lower 70s. About a 40% chance of that pop-up shower or thunderstorm for today. Sunset at 8:45 and 15 minutes later here in just a couple weeks by 9 p.m. And we're into those latest sunsets of the year through June. For tonight, isolated shower, I'd say before midnight, then mostly dry after midnight. Might see a little patchy fog, especially in valley locations. We have, what are the foggy ingredients? Moist ground, light wind. If you have any patch of clearing sky, that would promote maybe some patchy fog developing early tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow's forecast for your Wednesday, May the 14th, 65 at 8 a.m., 75 at noon tomorrow, 81 tomorrow afternoon, mostly dry. Just have a 20% chance of an isolated shower, but that chance is a little bit better for areas off to the northeast towards Madison, Indiana. The 7-day forecast, catch the error on my 7-day forecast. Do you see it? It's like, where's Waldo? Where is my mistake? Can you find it? I should just do one mistake per day and see if you can find it. Just like a little Easter egg hunt here on the 7-day forecast. 81 degrees tomorrow. Most of your daytime is dry Thursday, 87, summer-like there. And then a lot of the daytime dry Friday, 86. So evening, nighttime storm chances right now is the timing for Thursday and Friday. We'll certainly adjust if needed, but right now that's the time frame. Some of those could be on the strong to severe side. And then this weekend, right now, keeping it dry, upper 70s, low 80s. Nighttime lows are pretty warm in the 60s. In fact, speaking of nighttime warm lows, 623 degrees Tuesday night. So that is the error that I made on the 7-day forecast. I'm going to have to correct that. Looking at upper 70s near 80 degrees Monday and Tuesday. I'll blame the residual sinus issue medication for 623 degrees Tuesday night. We would be in trouble if that happened. Marilyn Stewart, good morning. Have a fantastic day. So yeah, we're wrapping things up as we look at our 7-day forecast right there for you. Maybe pop in one last look outside as we have the low clouds out there, those low cumulus clouds ready to pop up into some downpours later on today. Maryland on the lake at West Boggs. So hopefully you'll dodge some of that later on today. Good luck catching some fish out there for today. Last mention to our partners, our sponsorships, Lions Roofing, lionsroofingco.com. So lionsroofingco.com. Check them out. And let me go ahead and bring this back up. Move that, add that. And we will bring up lionsroofingco.com right here. So in Louisville, this is their website, live right there. You can call 502-689-0338. In Indiana, 812-294-3595. You can also put in some information there for a free estimate from Lions Roofing. DJ, buddy mine, works there and has been helping all of us out recently because of recent roof damage across the area for us. Also, Ivy Tech. So you can go right here to ivytech.edu. So where are you at? Are you heading to college? Are you in high school and want some college credits before you graduate? Are you in a stagnant place in your career? You want that next leg up. They can meet you at any point in your life and help you out to get to that next step. You just go over here to locations. There's Sellersburg landing page right here. You can learn about the Sellersburg campus, academic programs offered, partnerships, special programs, campus events and news, local student resources like maps and tours and you can look at all of the different programs that they have offered there on the right side. Tuesdays at the Tech, we're going to learn more about that in the weeks to come. You can kind of customize your visit there. Tuesdays at the Tech is a special event hosted in person at Ivy Tech locations around the state to help current, new, and prospective students make their way through the enrollment process by applying to Ivy Tech and navigating financial aid, which my wife and I are doing for my daughter Hannah. So you can get help with registering for classes, career development, and again, finding ways to pay for college and just getting started at Ivy Tech. So a great partnership in our community there, helping out a lot of high school students, college students here at the Sellersburg campus. All right, there we go. I'll check out any last comments that might be remaining. And another shout out to NWSB as well. All right, let's check out our comments here. Sun's out in French Lick. Yeah, it's just a mixed sky today. Some sunshine, some blue skies, and then some clouds will pass through and some of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Vicky Berger had to end up getting antibiotics and steroids to get rid of the allergies and the sinus problems. Hopefully, I'm on the mend here. It's been rough. You got neck tightness, sinus pressure, sinus headaches, a little bit of a cough, all that fun stuff. And we've got Melissa McNeely. Hi, Ben. I'm a day late and $1 short, but I got here. Thanks for the forecast, though. I am concerned about the evening temperature. What about the evening temperature are you concerned about? Our temperatures actually comfortable. Temperatures are not what we're worried about. It's just trying to dodge that pop-up shower or thunderstorm. And thank you very much, Barbara Brownfield, for the congratulations to Hannah. Yeah, graduation. It's crazy. Coming up here in a couple weeks. Dad is not ready for all these changes happening week by week here. We've got her for one more summer before she heads off to Indiana University. All right, so thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for all the comments, too. Love the conversation. Thanks for guiding me along here on Ben at 10. Like every morning, if you want to pause me mid-thought and tell me to look at something, I can usually accommodate that, no problem. So thanks for popping in here this morning. You can always watch us right here on my Meteorologist Ben Peine page. That's P-E-I-N-E, Extol Weather. You can watch the replay. Extol Weather is a Facebook place there for all your weather information. On Facebook, just search Extol Weather, E-X-T-O-L. Thanks for watching the replay. Pop in a comment if you're watching that replay, and I'll check those comments out if you have any questions. Extol Media on YouTube. We've got a ton of content from the years past, present, and of course, our future live shows will be right up there as well. Our live stream is also on extolmag.com/weather. There's a lot more resources there for you too. And as always, feel free to drop in the suggestions on any maps. If you're a farmer, you're a gardener, you're a pilot, whatever you might be doing outside and weather impacts your way of life, let me know. And I can try to dig up those maps and we can have them there. We've got plenty of space to make extolmag.com/weather your Southern Indiana landing spot for weather information. So thank you very much for helping out. And we've got Linda Lawrence. Congrats to Olivia Lawrence on graduating IUS. Congrats, Olivia. Feel free. This is your spot to congrats to anybody. Put in your local events as well. All right, we're up to 10:53. We've been talking a lot here this morning. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Ben at 10 on Wednesday, May the 14th, right here, same time. So have a great day. Try to stay dry.